All right, so let's see. Oh, yeah. Mike Huckabee. And you know what? It's time to open up the homophobe dungeon. I think it is. For those of you who don't know, I have something called the homophobe dungeon. That's a collection of homophobes, bigots, anti-gay meatheads, and airheads. Most of them airheads. And what we're going to do is we're going to add people to the homophobe dungeon, right? And we're going to keep doing that. And then maybe later on we're going to nominate somebody to be like the dungeon master. And then a few people who do the torturing. Oh yeah, you know where I'm going at, right? Okay. I know Santorum is looking forward to this. So, but before we get to that guy, let's go ahead to, what's his name? Mike Huckabee, the huckster. The huckster. Huckabee. And, well, he was on CNN, I think. And you know this guy is trying to run for president. And to be honest with you, do you think that the American people will actually vote for this motherfucker? Yeah, there will be some people that will vote for him in the primaries. You know, the wackadoodles, the fucking teabaggers, who basically, you know, they hate fags and everything, all that bullshit. With, you know, they hate women, they don't like abortion, and all this. So Mike Huckabee is their man, but he's gonna have to compete with the other wackies and the other members of the homophobe dungeon to get the GOP nomination. All right. So let's put Mike Huckabee into the homophobe dungeon. Here you go, Mike. Welcome to the homophobe dungeon. It's really cold. Yeah, it is cold down here. That's because there is no soul. All right. And here's Mike today, I think it was, right? Mike Huckabee on CNN talking about gay people and gay marriage. And, like, the total fucked up hillbilly that he is. And, you know, I have nothing against hillbillies. But, I mean, at least when you try to say something like this, stupid and nonsensical, at least try to spin it in a way that sounds smart. Nah, they're not going to do that. You just can't. Anyway. Here's Mike Huckabee.
Gay marriage, but then you also talk about the biblical backings of being heterosexual. So given that, how do you kind of square that religion?
Stupid bitch. The biblical backings of being heterosexual. Oh, yeah. That's what I read in Deuteronomy 69, verse 13. Thou shalt pound thy pussy. Wow. Anyway.
It's conviction with being open to having gay friends.
Well, people can be my friends who have lifestyles that are not necessarily my lifestyle. I don't shut people out of my circle or out of my life because they have a different point of view. I don't drink alcohol, but gosh, a lot of my friends, maybe most of them do.
Yeah, because being gay is just like drinking fucking alcohol. We keep hearing this, right? And here's the thing. You know, a lot of these guys really think that just being gay is just having gay sex. Is that what it is? No. In fact, I'm going to talk about that later on. There's an article about straight guys having gay sex. That's a whole different story. That's what we're talking about is people like me, homos, who have a sexual attraction that is exclusively towards the same gender. How does that fucking relate to drinking? The only thing that look, I did have a couple of beers today, but that was because of the fucking Super Bowl. So evidently, I think that football, which is all American Christian sport, has more relation to fucking drinking alcohol than having butt sex. Really? All right. Let's see here. All right, Mr. Huckabee.
I don't use profanity, but believe me, I've got a lot of friends who do. Some people really like classical music and ballet and opera. It's not my cup of tea. I'd like to think that there's room in America for people who have different points of view without screaming, shouting, and wanting to shut their businesses down. What worries me in this new environment we're in, it's not just that someone might disagree. They don't want to.
It's funny how like people like Huckabee, they're like, oh, we need tolerance, tolerate my beliefs. Yeah, but you're the guys, you're the people that with the Catholic high schools. What do they do to teachers who get gay married or who have a different opinion about gay marriage? Oh yeah, you get fired, asshole. Fired. Out of here. Out of here, motherfucker. Catholic Church does that. A lot of organizations do that. Hello, the Boy Scouts do that. The Boy Scouts, once you turn 18 and you're a homo, basically when you're 18, you're barely, for some people, for some gay guys, they're barely recognizing the fact that they're gay when you're 18. Some of us, when we're 12 or 10, we know already. But for a lot of for a lot of people, their sexual orientation is not really formed until they're past when they're past 18. So now they're saying, well, you can be gay until you're 18 and then get the fuck out. The Boy Scouts don't tolerate homosexuals who are over 18. Yet this motherfucker here, Huckabee, is like, oh, but just because you have a different opinion or lifestyle, we shouldn't shut you out. Oh, so, okay, so that means that the Catholic Church should stop doing that. But that's different. That's inspired by God. Inspired by God in the Bible. Where it says you have to pound on a pussy. What a douche.
In America for people who have different points of view without screaming, shouting, and wanting to shut their businesses down. What worries me in this new environment we're in, it's not just that someone might disagree. They don't want to argue with me, even take a different point of view. They want to close someone's business down, put them really in an economic position of disenfranchisement. I find that very, very disturbing.
Governor, you talked about gay marriage, so let's talk about that and how much your own party has changed, even since you ran in 2008. According to Pew, in 2008, 19% of Republicans supported gay marriage. Now it's all the way up to 30%. That's a pretty big jump in not a lot of years. So you talk about the Big Ten in the Republican Party. Shouldn't there be room for those who want same-sex marriage to be the law of the land?
Sure, there's room in the tent. I hope the party doesn't change its overall.
Was there room for that?
Wow. But, the very fact that I talk about the relationships I have with friends who are gay indicate that I'm not a person who shuts everybody out around me who disagrees. Be honest with you, Dana, I find a lot more interesting conversations that I can have with people who don't agree with me. And I accept a lot of people as friends, maybe whose lifestyle I don't necessarily...
Do you really want to... really? Do you want to be friends with this kind of guy? Well, what kind of... He doesn't swear. He doesn't drink. Oh, really? Yeah, that's how you make friends, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, he's Mr. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't swear. I read the Bible every night. Let's be friends. No, thank you. Keep your delusions to yourself, Biblehead. And we will move on. Right? Isn't that what we do? Well, us homos, at least. We try to move on. And it's like, oh, yes, we can be friends and everything, just because I want to take your right away, your civil rights away, doesn't mean we cannot be friends. How does that work? I don't know. It's like if you're friends with a black guy, you're like, yeah, you know, I don't think you guys, you Negroes should vote, or you know, we just disagree. Just because you disagree with me on that, that doesn't mean we couldn't be friends. Right. I don't think that might work. I don't know. Maybe to him it does. Maybe in his own little bubble, his own little dimensions there was a little, you know, the Mike Huckabee world, which is really, really small. So small. Yeah. It's kind of creepy, too. This guy's a total creep, by the way. A total huckster. And all he cares about, you know, that's why I call him the huckster, because all he cares about is just selling his book, pretending to be all fucking, oh, yes, I am Mr. Nice Christian Guy. Oh, yes. And then, boom! Buy my book, asshole. It's on Amazon. He knows he's not going to win the presidency at all. Because back then, when he ran for the first time, it was 2008, or I don't know when it was. He was, you know, he was in line with a lot of the states where they passed these gay marriage bans. But now it's not the same environment anymore, right? So what is he going to do now? What magic trick is he going to, you know, what rabbit is he going to pull out of his hat? I don't know. I'll tell you this, it's not a gay rabbit. It's going to be a heterosexual rabbit. Straight from the Bible. All right.
Adhere to, agree with, or practice. It doesn't mean that I can't have a good relationship with anyone, or lead them, or govern them. But for me, as it was for President Obama in 2008, this is not just a political issue. It is a biblical issue. And as a biblical issue, unless...
the Bible said it, and therefore it's true. Okay? What a fucking simpleton. Seriously. Alright, enough. Enough of this shit. Sorry, Mike, but you're gonna end up in the homophobe dungeon. There he goes. And here we are. We're back. We're back home in reality. None of this Bible bullshit. Back home, we're gonna have some hot cocoa and maybe a martini or two. Relax a little bit. Not worry about drinking and profanity and Beyonce, and worry about butt sex and gay friends and non-gay friends and what the Bible says about this and that. I'm just going to have some hot cocoa and leave it at that.